Hi guys, Pudn here. Welcome back to another episode of my channel. This one is racing the Toyota Camry around Road America, a NASCAR. The information on the car is it performs identical to its Ford and Chevrolet counterparts with decent acceleration, sub 8 second runs to 100 mph and a top speed of 205 mph. High enough for most tracks, as well as strong braking to allow for safe entry into most corners and responsive steering to help you keep the car on the road when cornering. Especially on oval tracks where cornering at high speeds is top priority. It's a 5.9 litre aspirated V8, 725 horsepower, 541 kilowatts, which is 450 pounds, 610 newton meters, a front-engined rear-wheel drive with 4-speed transmission, 3,300 pounds, which is equivalent to 497 kilograms. That's basically the information on the car today. The track we are racing today is Road America. We are racing the full circuit, which is 4.05 miles, which is 6.52 kilometers. It's based in Elkhart Lake in the United States of America. We'll give you some information on the track. One of the oldest and most distinguished of all tracks in North America, Road America is a road course situated in Elkhart Lake in the scenic woodlands of Wisconsin. Much like Laguna Seca, Road America was conceived during a time when racing on public roads was becoming too dangerous to justify. Pressure from the race organisers and the government have led to the abandonment of racing on the roads near Elkhart Lake and ultimately to the construction of Road America in 1955. Right, we'll get on with the race, guys. I started at the back of the grid. I did do some practice laps, but I didn't do any qualifying, didn't have the time. So I just thought it'd be quite interesting to see how far I could get up to the front. It's going to be quite hectic because it is actually 18 laps. I was actually involved in an incident in turn 1. I will be showing you some replays of that. As you can see, the green car 99 ends up hitting me on the inside quarter of turn 1, and the replays will actually show that he actually wasn't at fault. There was actually a couple of cars that were also involved. There was a blue car, as you can see there on the left hand side, ends up clipping the green 99 and spinning me out as well. I did show a couple of replays or different angles just to give you an overall picture of what actually happened. So the blue car, as you can see, is running a bit wide there. Comes back on the track, doesn't see the green car coming over on the racing line and basically hits both of us, putting us both into the wall. I actually ended up getting a 2.25 second penalty for this incident, which I actually had no control over. And as I've said before in my previous videos, this is something that needs to be seriously addressed, because it's not a reflection of your driving ability due to the fact that other people are causing these incidents, and therefore it's effectively ruining your race. So as you can also see, I will actually be including another replay in the top right hand corner, and also later on in the video there's going to be another replay of a car that's going to be chasing me for position, and I will give you information on that when that rises on the video. So we're up into 16th position now. We're chasing the guy who actually went off, this Mopar off-road guy. We end up passing him on that corner. He ends up clipping me again. If you can actually quickly look at the replay, you might need to rewind it back a bit. He does clip my rear quarter, pushes me a bit wide. So there you go. Just wasn't trying to get too angry in the race. Just trying to you know, be calm. Just put in the laps. I know I was competitive. My current practice laps was knocking me about maybe in the top 3, top 4 of the people in the lobby. Anyway, that Mopar guy is still on the track. There's another guy that's gone off. Didn't see what his name was, but the replay shows in the top right corner we are pretty close together now, coming towards down the back end of the track. We are actually coming now towards the Canada corner, which is turn 12. Just trying to keep it close to these other guys, hopefully getting the slipstream. Up on the inside of this guy called Major Throwout, I think his name was. Yeah, he was in P14. I think he's struggling a little bit for grip. Not sure what type of tyre compound he's running. I ended up starting on the medium compound tyres. And I did actually tweak the gear ratios, so I was quite quick in a straight line. So coming up through the start finish line now, Road America straight to start the lap 2. There's another 2 cars there parked up for some reason. I'm not sure if it was due to lag or internet issues. So coming round into turn 1 now. Got turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Still in P12. The guy in front has actually got a 0.5 second penalty. I'm not sure if it was for him hitting me. I did say previously that I did get a penalty. I do apologise, I got that wrong, because it was actually no fault myself, but you will notice later on in the video that there is actually a few incidents that I do get penalties for. So we're coming down, we've just gone through the Sargentu Bridge, up into turn 5, and then up under the Corvette Bridge, which is turn 6. Trying to make a move on him, broke a little bit late. He ended up going way too late to defend this corner, so got a nice cheeky position there up into P9. We're coming up to turn 7 and now towards Hurry Downs, and then we've got the Johnsonville Bridge on the left, which is turn 9. Now where's another incident I get involved in? You tell me what you think. He ran a bit wide because he lost traction. I end up hitting his back quarter. I automatically get a 2.25 second penalty. Here's another view of the incident. Round the corner. I did slow down. I didn't let him pass because he was all over the track. I just carried on as is. Then you can see another incident here. I want to pick through of it. Come on the corner, slightly on tap there. He was on the racing line. I had nowhere to go. I did slam on, as you can see in the video here. Here's another view of it. Slight tap. I couldn't do anything else apart from basically just stop and let him pass. And I honestly don't think that would have made any difference towards what the penalty, what the stewards thought. There you go, hit him again. Not overzealous, not malicious, not intentional. Wasn't expecting him to be going wide. Collision severity 3, whatever that means. I didn't hit him that hard. I did check the telemetry. I did slam on. I know it slammed on because I remember doing it. Anyway, we just have to get on with it, I suppose. Now, let me just give you a little bit of context on this race. There's a guy here in 6th position called F1XL Ronnie. And I won't spoil it for you, but there is a lot of incidents going on towards the end of the race, which we'll actually share with you before the end of the video. And we will go into more detail on the reason why he's already got 5 seconds of penalties. And that's a quite curious one, if I do say so myself, which I didn't actually realise until the end of the race, where I watched the replays, because I was actually adding a little bit of extra content to my videos to give you a bit more context, especially what goes on in these races. This was actually a race that I actually only did recently, and it's just recently been put on the featured list. I never thought for a second that NASCARs would actually be partaking in circuit racing. I don't really follow American NASCAR in the United States. I just thought it was primarily just to do for oval racing, but do correct me if I'm wrong. So we're actually on, I think we're on lap 3 now. We've got a 7-second gap to catch P6, so quite lonely at the moment, but I knew for a fact with my pace I could pull that 7-second gap down, because I know I was very competitive. I didn't really do a lot of practice. I think you only had about 10 minutes when I jumped in the lobby, but I did find there was still a lot of connectivity issues with joining. I know my internet isn't the best, but the game is just so bad at multiplayer. I even tried to join another open event and I couldn't get in the lobby at all, so I just gave up on it. I ended up just started recording the extra videos for this last couple of days, just to put it on my channel, because I hopefully try and post at least once a week, primarily Mondays being my post day where you upload videos. Anyway, don't forget guys, if you do like my content, do please consider subscribing, because we are getting close to that 2,000 subscriber mark, which I'm just completely blown away by, especially with the interest my videos are showing recently at the moment. And I couldn't say how very thankful I am for all the support and comments in my videos. It is greatly appreciated, and I really do want to thank you all personally. Just hopefully this channel can go from strength to strength. So I'm trying to just adapt my videos by adding extra little bits and bobs. I am learning as I go. You know, content creating isn't the easiest if you're doing videos, even basic videos, that is, just to put them where people do want to watch them and do want to listen to what you're saying. So we're coming down to P4 now. I've actually just put up another replay for you in the top left hand corner. Now this is a guy who actually ends up chasing me for for position, so I put him behind he was actually chasing me. He was about 3 seconds off me, and I did know by watching his replay he actually qualified, I think it was second or third on the grid, so I knew he was very, very, very quick. And it did look like he was using a pad and no assists, because he did struggle a lot with traction. I did find personally, by doing that myself with the pad, I found it very difficult to control. I think it's something that you need to address with the dead zones on a joypad if you want to use it, because you can't get that type of clean input you get with the steering wheel and pedals than you would with a pad, because you're using the buttons on the pad itself. So I find that tweaking the dead zones does help a lot towards controlling a car when you're not running any assists on Forza. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, we've caught this guy up in P6. We have closed down a 7-second gap. Now this actually gets quite interesting towards the latter part of the race. I'm just trying to keep up on exactly where we are about on the race. Do want to say that there is a pit stop in this race, and more than likely my editing will be out on the replays due to the lag that and the delay that the replay causes. Hopefully I'll be able to fix that, otherwise there may be a slight 30, maybe 15, or no, I wouldn't say that much, maybe about 5 seconds delay on the replays in the top corners, but hopefully I'll get that edited out before I post it on Monday for you. So we're coming down to the last corner now, onto the Gardner-Denver Bridge, which is just ahead, up over the pit lane on the right hand side. We haven't got much of a gap now. The guy in I'm in 7th, so the guy in 8th position, you will be able to see him on my replay very soon, and if you look in the top left hand corner, you can actually see, you can just see me in the distance. So we're just coming down to turn 1 now, and this guy in P8 is basically within a couple of seconds of me now, so I was actually feeling the pressure. We are coming now to going towards the Sargento Bridge, which is turn 4, round the moraine sweep up into turn 5. I do actually say I do really like this track. It has actually got a lot of nice corners, opposite camber turns. It's got long straights. I mean, what's not to love? My only criticism with these cars were very, I think, in my personal opinion, a little bit too overpowered for this track. I think, as you can see, that guy's just lost. I think his tyre ran on the grass a bit. Now, I find that if you don't run the stability, if you don't run the traction control on the cars, then that's basically what causes it. And that's the reason why I'm now not running any assists apart from traction control, because I find if you do make a slight mistake and you do go on the grass, or you do go onto a wet apex, depending on the conditions of the track, it will actually spin your car out. Anyway, that's just my opinion. That's how I find out by doing a lot of practice with the assists over the last couple of weeks or so. Mostly just been playing career recently, just to try and get me money in the bank so I can buy the cars in multiplayer, because as I've said previously, the game does not give you the credits that you rightly deserve for every rank that you make. I'm still not, I must be over at least 1 million credits now, due to this game not giving me the credits I'm due by ranking up. Anyway, hopefully that'll be addressed in the future, because there is still a lot of bugs with this game that need fixing. So if you look in the top right hand corner now, you can actually see, I think his name was Mazzara TTV, and he's actually well within just under 2 seconds gap now. If he gets within a second, I reckon you can get into me slipstream. But I was just trying to just hit me markers, just try and stay cool, and hopefully just keep that gap as it is. But you can see it does start fluctuating. I did find as yet again there's a rubber band effect going on here, where I'm on certainly quicker in certain sections than he is, and vice versa, he's quicker on those sections than I am. So you know, it seems to like fluctuate between 1 to 2 seconds, but I can't really give you the telemetry data on that, because I've actually got it covered by the replay. But I just honestly think this is a bit more than just looking at numbers on the screen. Hopefully I can give you a bit more in-depth overview of what's actually going on. I was actually also keeping an eye on my fuel load, which I did actually fill the car for the full duration of the race. I've never actually tried a race with part filling. Maybe it's something I maybe should start trying in the future. It will actually obviously give you a bit more speed because you've got less weight in the car. And I'm not also sure if these cars actually run ballast or not, which I should have maybe looked in the specifications of the tuning to see if that was available. I did actually run wide there. I didn't get a penalty off the stewards because it was a mistake. I don't think it actually gained any advantage in regards to making time up. So maybe that's one good thing that turn 10 I've got right. But as you say, they definitely need to sort out the penalty system. It's still a major issue. I've never seemed to find it a major issue apart from in this recent edition of Forza. The other games just seem to have been never really been something up for debate, to be totally honest with you. But anyway, there you go, that's my 2 pennies worth. So we're into the pit lane now. I'm coming in just for a quick change onto the same compound tyres. Or did I change into the softs? I think it changed to the soft tyres actually, because there was only a couple of laps left. As you can see, the guy behind me in P7, he's basically right behind me in the pit lane. As you can also notice, the pit crew, as always, are flawless. It's the same, the game isn't flawless as well with regards to bugs. And I just dropped down a couple of positions now because I was actually at the front of the race before the pits. Anyway, obviously people are on different strategies, as you can see. So we'll come back out now and we're back into, I think we're still in P5. We've only dropped a position. Got a bit of a weird feeling in the car at the beginning there. I don't know if that was due to me being a bit over aggressive with not running ABS and stability. But anyway, I don't know if that was just maybe a bit of a bug in the game. A bit strange anyway. It's not like I was off the track at all. I came on perfectly at the right time. Didn't cause any incidents or anything. So now we've got this guy here where we're going to chase down for P4, and this is where it starts getting a bit interesting. We've got the guy behind me. He's also chasing me. He's waiting for me to make a mistake. I actually do make a few mistakes. But lo and behold, he ends up doing the same himself, but not primarily in the same area that I do make the mistakes. So we're coming around to the infield sections now. This is a part of turn 8, which is called Hurry Downs, and then we're coming under the Johnsonville Bridge, which is turn 9, which is basically a long curve area, which you can actually get quite a lot of speed up if you do run a lot of downforce on the car, which I did on this particular race. We're coming under the Continental Tire Bridge into the kink now, which I did actually do have to let up quite a bit, down towards Kettle Bottoms, and then we're coming up into turn 12, which is Canada Corner. I am actually catching this guy in P4. Primarily I wanted to get past him and maybe gap him, so this guy behind me chasing would not get an opportunity to overtake me towards the end of the race. But it does get quite juicy now. So we're coming around the last corner now. This is turn 14 called Hawk Tunnel. And I'm just going past the start finish line now. I think there's actually maybe 1 or 2 laps left. But don't quote me on that, but I will try and give you as much information as I can. As you can see, top right hand corner, all our cars now, all within viewing distance of each other. I think there's 2 laps left. I just was really pushing really hard, but the guy in P4 was very competitive, and also the guy behind me was keeping me very honest as well. The car was feeling great, the lower fuel load, the car was becoming more responsive. There was no issues with the tyres apart from the beginning, which I didn't mention, coming out the pit lane. Just coming up onto the back straight now, down towards Moraine Sweep, up into turn 5 now. Just trying to get that perfect. I did struggle by also selecting the wrong gears on occasion. I did find that leaving it in second, that the car would bog down a bit. Now I don't know if that was due to the fact of my changing my gear ratios, or it was just me picking the wrong gear. but it did feel a little bit sluggish. Now I don't know if NASCARs are specifically have that issue with them being more of an oval car, but do quote me if I'm wrong on that. So we're coming round the carousel again, up and towards the Continental Bridge, which is turn 10. We are slightly catching the guy in P4, but it's not really a lot. I'm just hoping he would make a mistake. Coming through the kink of turn 11, down towards Kettle Bottoms, up into Canada Corner, which is turn 12. The guy behind me, he seems to be fluctuating between 1.5 to 2 seconds. I've not made any mistakes as yet, but the guy in front is feeling a little bit of the pressure. We're coming up into the last couple of corners now, which is the Hawk Tunnel with Bill Mitchell Bend, which we've just passed. Coming round, this is Hawk Tunnel now, turn 14, up into his slipstream now. Now this is the opportunity I need to make. This is the coming up, as I do remember now, this is the last lap. Hopefully, as you know, when you start jostling for position, you are a little bit slower, so I didn't want the guy behind me to get any opportunity to capitalise on that. But you will notice in the top left hand corner of the video how close he does actually get. So he runs a bit tight in that corner. He ended up cutting up on the inside of him because he got a little bit more of a straight line speed. I was hoping it didn't hit him. I didn't hit him, thank God. Broke a bit of light there. He ends up pushing me a little bit on the left quarter of my car. Just check my rear view. There was no maliciousness there. He could have took me out if he wanted to, but he never did. I'm just trying to cover the racing line now, and this is where I'll start feeling the pressure. The slipstream as well from the car behind. The dirtier that he's going to get in does make the car a little bit unpredictable in the corners. But just covered that nice little tight line there. Got it really perfect. But he if he wants to overtake me, he's going to have to push me wide. He ends up hitting me again in the rear. But that's just racing. That was clean on my part. Another slight tap there. I think maybe just a little bit of control. We're coming over turn 7 now, open to Hurry Downs, which is turn 8. Just trying to cover the inside line as much as I can. He ends up hitting me again. We're going on the Johnsonville's Bridge now, coming down to the Carousel Corner. I'm hoping this is my strongest part of the race for me on the track. I could just basically just bury the throttle and just pull away, and as you can see I was. The guy behind is actually catching the guy I've just overtaken, so if you're looking at top left hand corner you can actually see he's trying to push for position. He ends up braking a bit late there, hits him up on the rear. Don't know if the stewards give him any penalty for that, but he is pushing. I know I've got it now. I've only got a couple of corners to do. Just keep it clean, don't run too wide, get it nice and perfect. He ends up running a bit wide there in the top left hand video there, as you can see, but he's trying to come back on now, and the guy's basically covered in his racing line. Fantastic racing by the two guys behind me. I'm glad that I wasn't involved in that, because I knew I would have maybe made a mistake. Runs a bit late and hits him up the rear again. He's trying his best. He loses a bit of traction there and he runs off, as you can see. What a fantastic end to the race from day to night cycle at Road America with the NASCARs. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys, because I certainly did, especially taking part in it anyway. So I'll just give you a little rundown on the positions. I finished P5 with my 2.25 second penalty, and as you know, the guy at F1XL Ronnie, he's got a 10-second penalty. We'll go into that information for you. But if you're looking at the lap times, you are pretty close. But the guy at the top doing 2:03.8, and I just couldn't fathom out the reason why. So I just done some replays of this guy. This is the first incident he takes part in. I'm not sure if he got a penalty for it by the stewards. He ends up hitting. This is the second incident that he's involved in. Very aggressive. Just pulls up alongside him and basically just T-bones him, pushes him off the track. Don't know why that was about. It could have been something previously earlier on in the race. And another guy here ends up hitting him in the quarter. He ends up coming back on the track, and then he ends up basically just. This is really strange when he ends up waiting for him to overtake. He doesn't let him overtake. So watch this, guys, and tell me what you think. This is the reason why the penalty system is so messed up in this game. Now, if you did this in the race, you would be black flagged. You would be disqualified. And watch what this guy does. He comes round the last corner. He waits for him to go into the pit lane, and watch what he does. He runs in the pit lane, he T-bones him, and goes back on the track to carry on racing. Well, thanks for watching this one, guys. I got P5, as you know. Hope you enjoyed this one. I will put a video up in the corner if you are interested in watching another one of my videos. Congratulations to all the winners, apart from the guy who won. I honestly thought he should have been disqualified for that. The stewards didn't do enough. I'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.